Chat, what do you guys think about Gen Alpha? I didn't even know that the generation after Gen Z was Gen Alpha. I just learned about this like recently. Let me tell y'all about Gen Z, bro. At the beginning, I really thought like some of y'all were goofies. I thought you guys were gonna grow up and be goofballs because of, you know, TikTok and social media and all that. But then I guess I'll give y'all an example. So, you know, my nephew is 16 now, and I've been, you know, watching him grow up, and I've been going to some of his basketball games, and just like watching him interact with his friends and seeing what the high school kids are like now. If you remove the internet, y'all seem like some chill people. Not gonna lie, like it's not as bad as you think if you just remove the internet. And like, you know, the internet is just not real. Sometimes you see stuff and it's like, oh my god, this kid is so young, blah blah blah. But honestly, they're not bad. I feel like now they're still weird. Yeah, you know, they grew up kind of like, I feel like it was half and half. Again, I might just keep referring to my nephew because, you know, I don't know any of y'all, but like at the beginning, like most of his childhood, he wasn't really much on the computer. Yeah, he had video games. Like I remember he would always play on my Xbox or like my PS3, PS4, whatever. But in terms of like being on the internet, being on social media, he kind of got on that recently, like 14, 15, 16 type shit. So it's not bad. But now Gen Alpha though, my younger nephews, one of them is 5, the other one is 7. They are constantly on social media, unfiltered, uncensored. I be telling my sister like, bro, you need to like put an hour limit on this or whatever. And they're just being exposed to too many things, way too many things. So I feel like they are gonna be the ones that are like, cooked. Need to put child locks on their phones. I agree, man. I have never had social media, thank God for my mom. Good. Gen whatever is next in the alphabet name is gonna be 10x worse. Oh god, bro. For my 16-year-old nephew, I've seen, you know, how he hangs around his friend, the way he talks with them. Sometimes they'll invite me to play Fortnite and I'll just be like a background character and just kind of like hear and observe how they act. It's all right. Some of the kids I nanny, bro, oh my god, there's one family with a 2, 6, and 9-year-old be wilding. They younger, 2 be spazzing OD with their iPads. Bro, yes. Like they legit will cry and scream, won't eat no food without it. Yeah, yo, and I'm telling my sister, so my younger nephews, if they eat, they have to have a device in front of them. And if you take it away from them, they start crying. And I'm like, yo, like this is food. This is on the table. There should be no electronics. Let them eat and enjoy their food. Nah, they need to have something in front of them. They get out, they get off the table, go watch TV with an iPad next to them. It's just too much, bro. Anyways, the invasion of Gen Alpha, bro. This is by TommyNFG. I figured we watch this because it could spark a good conversation or whatever.
There are 4 of the most notable generations known in recent years of humanity. Boomers, Gen X, Millennials, and Gen
Z.
These 4 generations lived in harmony. Okay, that's a lie, but it just goes with the intro, so let me play this out. All was well in humanity, and although each side had problems of their own, when times got rough, they came together to conquer them with iron fists. That was until the invasion of the Gen Alpha. Crusty iPad.
Facts.
Unstandable personality.
Facts.
No attention span. Are just some of the things that Gen Alpha has been labeled. Oh, and if you didn't know about this, you would have known if you follow my IG. So, quick plug, go follow my IG. And in the last video where I ranked every generation's worst faults, everyone asked me, but Tommy, you forgot all about Gen Alpha. Best believe I didn't forget. No. Gen Alpha is on track to being the worst setup generation
I agree.
ever existed.
Yes.
It's the combination of every generation's worst faults combined into one. And the first thing I want to start up with is entertainment. Now, there's a very important date I want you to all remember, which is February 15th, 2015. And why is this date important? It's because that's the date YouTube Kids was released.
Oh my
AKA
god.
the killing of childhood entertainment. For every other generation.
Bro, if you want a kid to shut up, just put Cocomelon on. That's it. And it sucks that that's what it's come to. So again, I'm gonna use my sister because, you know, that's the person that I know and she has kids, aka my nephews, and I can observe it through them. Her husband goes to work, she goes to work. Who's taking care of the kids? Basically themselves, the internet. When she comes home, she doesn't want to deal with them. She makes them food or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Gotta do what she gotta do. By the way, she is a good mother, so I'm not like shitting on her, right? She doesn't want to deal with them running around and being crazy. So what does she do? Lets them be on the iPad and literally just be on a screen the whole time. I'm convinced Cocomelon is using mind control. Oh God, the internet is a double-edged sword. Correct. Which I feel like if you have kids, you should put a restriction on that.
AKA the killing of childhood entertainment. For every other generation, there was a time where your main or only source of entertainment was the TV or a family computer. And kids' main source of entertainment, since usually they didn't get iPhone 14 Pro Maxes at 5 years old, was the TV. So off rip, we didn't have unlimited mindless access to things we wanted and basically had to watch what the TV programs chose. You could say that the TV is mindless entertainment, but not at the level we have now. Comparing a selection of
TikTok or whatever, all the swiping is literally messing up your attention span, bro. Remember Vine? How it was 7 seconds and we thought that wasn't enough, and then Vine became popular and we're like, oh, you can actually create things with 7 seconds. That's cool. Boom. Nobody thought anything of it until TikTok became a thing, and then you realize that you're swiping. And notice that, like, when you see something and you don't like, you swipe. It took you 0.25 seconds to realize that that shit bores you, so you swipe. Here comes something else, like more dopamine hits in your brain going, I'm probably the youngest here, and I was told by adults that they learned stuff from me, like they watch how I move around to other people and how I talk during a convo. That's good, bro. That means you're aware of yourself, you're aware of your surroundings, you know how to talk, you know how to interact with people.
Comparing a selection of programs chosen by people versus a selection of content tailored to your specific needs, we know which one's more addictive. I mean, come on. Gen Alpha is the first generation to grow up without these restrictions.
Yeah.
And you know what? I would say that's actually a-okay. I mean, as long as the content is helping push forward positive educational brain stimulating videos.
Not the algorithm.
Right? Yeah, for any of y'all that have taken a gander at your little cousin's iPad, you would know that's not the case. Like, bro, they really be out here watching videos like this glued to the screen. You look in their eyes while they're watching one of these, and I genuinely think you'll turn into stone. For Gen Z and millennials, man, we really grew up with the last ounce of childhood shows that we can reminisce on with happiness. I can look on with happiness at most of the cartoons, childhood shows, and books I read as a kid. The fact that there's gonna be Gen Alpha kids looking back at Cocomelon and Skibbity Toilet then being like, oh man,
my God,
like
what was that? What is that Skibbity bullshit, bro? Yo, someone came to my channel and said, yo, can you react to Skibbity Toilet? I looked up one video and I said, yo, bro, I don't even care that this has 50 million views. I'm not watching this shit. This shit looks like garbage, bro. There is nothing, no sense involved, no lore, no timeline, no, I don't know what the fuck I'm watching. I don't understand. Like, why are you watching this, bro? Oh my God.
This anymore. This shit was a classic. Nigga, no! It just sounds like a nightmare dystopian waiting to happen. Like, I'm sitting here trying to understand how they're gonna be genuinely happy and nostalgic over this shit. And don't get me wrong, okay? Gen Z and millennials had their weird shit too growing up as well.
Of
Niggas
course.
was out here watching Uncle Grandpa, the most brain dead shit you'll ever watch. I know y'all remember the old MLG edits where whatever the fuck this was playing. But you know what? I'll take any of these any day over Skibbity Toilet.
Hell yeah.
Problem with
yo, bro, I could flex on any generation. Well, Gen Z or Gen Alpha, whatever. I'd be like, bro, do you know Regular Show? Do you know the Misadventures of Flapjack, Dickhead? Do you know Chowder? Huh? SpongeBob? Ben 10? All the Nickelodeon shows, iCarly, Victorious? Like, bro, that shit was stacked. Codename Kid Next Door, Adventure Time. Are you crazy? Come on, Drake and Josh? Are you Gravity Falls? Bro, chat, talk to him, bro. Talk to him. What are these kids gonna grow up and say? Yo, do you remember watching so-and-so? I don't know. I'm trying to think about what my younger nephews, I don't know what they watch. I don't think they watch anything show-based. It's always YouTube or TikTok. Nah, I really don't know. Teen Titans Go low-key better. Hey, better than OG? Alright, Zuzu, I don't think they can be compared because Teen Titans Go is literally for kids, but I will say Teen Titans Go is actually really good though. It is, I'm not gonna lie. But don't compare the two, bro, before I ban you, bro. Everything is getting rebooted now. I wonder why, because there's no creativity involved. They're just pushing agendas and doing goofball shit. So they'd rather reboot and remaster shit. Wizards of Waverly Place, bow. That's a Raven, bow. Corey in the House, Bow, High School Musical, Are You Crazy? Billy and Mandy, Fire, Very Odd Parents, holy shit. Wait, what was your favorite Power Rangers like era? Bro, Ninja Storm, dummy. Dino Thunder, dummy. SPD Emergency or some shit? Fire too. Aye.
And another problem with all their entertainment is all the weird things they actually consume. Like, do y'all think all the weird stuff that bypasses on YouTube Kids would ever play on a television? No, I remember if you even cursed on TV, they would hit your ass with about 50 lawsuits and thousands of dollars worth of fines. But now you got kids on YouTube Kids looking at Elsa and Spider-Man kissing videos, weird pregnancy videos. We're not even gonna get into that thing.
What?
Just the most trash and mind-numbing shit you'll ever see. I don't even want to go through all of it. Taking a scroll through the homepage makes me feel like I'm about to have a rainbow seizure. I can only imagine the type of mindset they're going to grow up and how this type of content is going to affect them in the future. I don't think it's going to be good.
It's not going to be
is
good,
already
bro.
thugging it out, and we had it way easier. Another problem I see is definitely education. In general, I feel like the entire world is facing an education crisis. Like, who in reality wants to teach anymore? You get paid a salary.
That's facts, bro. That is facts. This is something that I've been preaching for a while. The labor system and the education system in every realm that you look at it is literally super outdated. The fact that in history, the fact that we're learning about things that it's just like, bro, nobody cares, and they should shift the focus. I can't, bro. I can't. My school is on strike. Damn. See, even teachers literally don't want to teach. And the subjects that they teach about, nobody cares, bro. It's so outdated. Teach about new things. Teach about finances. Teach about the shit that matters. But they don't want you to do that because they want to keep you dumb so you don't progress in life, so they can keep you and you become a sheep. Whatever. Anyways, bro, this is going to be a yapathon video. If you're watching this on YouTube, I apologize. But hey, it's a serious topic, bro. Generations... It is only going bad from here, bruh.
Into a popsicle stick. Kids don't listen to you and have no respect for you. And kids can't even comprehend the lesson you're required to teach. Like, just imagine being a middle school teacher in the year of 2023. I thank God I can do YouTube full time because I wouldn't make it alive after a year after working. And recently, there's been a lot of teachers complaining about how dumb Gen Z and Gen Alpha actually are. Saying that there are 7th graders that can't even read at a 3rd grade level.
You lying.
Like, bro, you're supposed to be able to read chapter books by 2nd grade, and these kids out here struggling to read Dr. Seuss. Now, granted, there has always been dumbass niggas in the class that genuinely can't read, but from the amount of teachers I've seen complaining about this,
Bro, I remember people would do popcorn to motherfuckers that couldn't read. They would pick them on purpose. Wow.
on a whole nother level now. And I can honestly believe them just off of when I read some of the comments y'all be making. You ever see a comment online and you legit have to sit there and hyper focus to make out what they're even talking about?
Yeah.
I'd be like, damn, did you even look at what you typed out, my nigga? What are you talking about? Maybe it was just different for me because I was a scholarly student. I've always been good at English and literature in school. But now it feels like instead of it just being two dumbasses in the class that can't read, it's the entire class that can't. More than ever is it possible to let everything but you do the work, which is why I think this is happening. Another problem is definitely socializing. We already know how Gen Z being addicted to their phones is causing them to be unreal, antisocial human beings.
What was that shit we were saying in Lethal? Right? Was it? No, we were playing Overwatch, and we're like, oh my god, you're so Phantom Tax. I feel like that's how they're gonna talk. They're gonna talk with internet slang. I don't even know what to call it. Oh my god, that dude over there has Riz, which by the way, in the word of 2023, I think is Riz. The word of the year, I think, was Riz or some shit. Not gonna lie, I was one of them dumbass motherfuckers. Hey man, hey, I applaud you for admitting it. I'm not gonna lie.
Unreal, antisocial human beings talking like troglodytes and burning up when the sun hits their skin. But Gen Z was just the experiment group. The game turned from experimental mode to alpha testing now. At least for most of us, we could fathom a social life without using our phones. Going outside after school to play all types of outside games with the homies. Meeting at a park, playing basketball, soccer, baseball, whatever.
Yeah.
Having this be the huddle ground and just chopping it up. Things that require the brain to be in a human state and cause our actions to have consequences. Gen Alpha sadly is the first generation to be deprived of this. They were born with phones and tablets in their hands since birth. Their new meeting huddle ground instead is a Discord call call with their online Roblox friends, having e-sex and Discord calls, and all types of monkey business. Like, you know how we were all super excited when it was recess time in elementary school and we could finally go outside? I guarantee these kids do not give a they'd rather sit inside and play on their tablet instead. And I can't even put blame on all of them. Like, lockdown definitely did not help.
Oh, it did not.
Can you imagine when you were a kid, you went from 1st grade to 3rd or 4th grade and you're finally back in a physical school socializing? You missed damn near half your experience, and those are the most important times for learning.
What is this? What is this? Oh my God. I didn't understand learning about history at first, but now I feel like I have a better understanding. Learning about history helps you learn about how people act and the consequences of certain actions. Like, school does teach you good overall life skills. It's just that specific content they use to teach it isn't always relevant. I agree. And then you add homework, and then you add testing, and then you add grading. And it's like, damn, I don't want to learn this to learn it. I want to learn it to pass. My goal is not to learn anymore. My goal is to pass. So I will do everything I can to pass, aka cheating, aka looking up the answers, because you're not here to teach me to learn, you're teaching me how to pass a test. Oh yeah, facts. And then you add the fact that teachers aren't getting paid enough to deal with all this. So do they really care about teaching you to learn? They just want to teach you to just get the fuck out the grade. All right, anyways.
Lockdown definitely did not help with this issue. Can you imagine when you were a kid, you went from 1st grade to 3rd or 4th grade and you're finally back in a physical school socializing? You missed damn near half your experience, and those are the most important times for learning how to communicate. It's not normal for anyone, let alone a child, to be locked away from socializing like that. Another thing that's definitely going to be worse is creativity. Most of us remember as a kid
I don't know,
have toys and board games and read childhood books. And with all of these things, especially when you read a book as a kid, you could imagine the scenario coming to life, which is a good way of building up the brain's cognitive abilities and helps you create huge things in the future. You would play fight with your toys and act out scenarios of your wildest dreams that could only be imagined. But with Gen Alpha and their iPads, you don't even need creativity anymore. Like, what's the point of imagining things creatively when you could just play Subway Surfers for hours and play Skibbity Toilet Roblox Obby with flashing neon lights? If you're already getting dopamine rushes every time
I didn't even think about this way. He's kind of, hold on, he kind of spitting for real.
Dopamine rushes every time you open the screen, then of course you don't have to worry. Another thing that's pretty bad is Gen Alpha parenting. Now look, obviously parenting is not a walk in the park. And most parents at the end of the day are trying their best to make it work with the worst circumstances given to them. But the problem with these kids is not like they're bad like every other generation has bad kids. It's that they're demons. Like, have you ever tried to simply take away the iPad from it?
Oh my God.
They throw a fit, the whole building goes down, the sky collapses on itself. It's like trying to take a bone away from a dog's mouth. The equivalent of how a crackhead would act if you took away 5 grams of their finest crystals. And in general, just not knowing manners and how to treat people. Like, I'm damn near starting to sound like a boomer. I'm not talking about in the sense of speaking to every adult like they're King Charles III. What I mean is simply saying things like sorry or thank you or excuse me. Pretty much basic things you should already be taught as a kid, which is another thing that teachers are apparently complaining about, saying that kids in the 1st grade are starting to talk back to them. For me personally, almost none of the kids talked back in elementary school with a few exceptions. If the teacher said 1, 2, 3 eyes on me, your ass better have been quiet after the me or you were getting a call home that day. And I'm putting the blame on some parents being too because if your kid acts like that to a teacher with authority, I can only imagine how much they step over you. I get if you don't want to be a super strict type parent.
Bro, listen, bro. You have to discipline your kids. And again, obviously, I'm not literally telling you to beat your kid like in terms of abuse. My brother, when I was younger, I got hit with a wire, with a clothes hanger, with a broomstick, with the belt, with a chancleta. When I got hit by that, I understood, okay, don't do this no more. If it's discipline, I don't see the issue. On God, oh nah, bro, sometimes an ass whooping is needed. Facts, bro. Like, yo, if I did something wrong, that's it, bro. My dad, boom, 1 hit, done. No word was said. I was crying. I understood, don't do it. Done. I'm not gonna lie, I feel bad for the kids who are born in the 2020s because they won't get to experience the stuff that 90s, 2000 kids experience. Yeah.
I get if you don't want to be a super strict type parent and have PTSD from the way you got raised. But all I'm saying is, a good belt whooping or chunkla slapping never hurt anyone.
Hey.
Now don't overdo it, but
Yeah.
it don't hurt every once in a while.
It's
They're gonna have to
discipline.
learn
You don't
their
gotta-
actions for their consequences, or they're eventually gonna around and find out too late in life. We already see this happen with people all the time in life, and it's only getting worse. I swear, these kids out here be watching Neon and Sneeko streams thinking they can just say whatever with no consequences. Another thing
Bugging.
I feel is gonna be different is comedy. Like, we already know how the climate is right now for comedians. Comedian makes joke, aka does their job, and people run to all their social media accounts to take them down like the Flash.
Oh my
But
god, I
can you
hate
imagine
that.
a
Cancellation and censorship, bro. Come on. Shut the f- oh my god, everyone is just so soft, bro. If you don't like something, look at this. Oh, I don't want to watch TommyNFG. Done. What did I just do? I clicked off. God damn, you don't like something, move on.
Like, we already know how the climate is right now for comedians. Comedian makes joke, aka does their job, and people run to all their social media accounts to take them down like the Flash. But can you imagine a Gen Alpha comedian even existing? They're gonna have the shortest career lifespan before the internet swallows them whole. They're gonna have a cartoonishly goofy list of every type of group they can't joke about. It's gonna take so much brain power to figure out what would even be okay to say. So to wrap
Facts.
up, I actually want to talk about some positive things that hopefully maybe can come out from Gen Alpha. Like, I think by the time Gen Alpha is fully grown, almost no one is gonna get discriminated for some dumb shit. You can see all types of cultures and things at the touch of a button, which makes it so people don't have to wonder anymore.
Yeah,
and since
yeah,
Gen
yeah.
Alpha is the most populated generation ever. Okay, hold up. Doing research for this vid, I just found out that there's 2 billion of Gen Alphas.
Whoa. Whoa.
God.
2 billion? That's almost, ain't that like almost a third? 7.8 billion, 22, up from 2 billion by 2025. Damn. Mabushi with the tier 1 sub. Thank you, my brother. Now, that was not a gifted, that was an actual sub. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you, my brother. Anyways, there is some positive to it, hopefully. The internet is, like somebody said, a double-edged sword. While their brains are literally getting fried or cooked, there is a possibility that a good majority of them are watching or intaking something good, I guess, from being on the internet. And eventually, you know, when they grow up, hopefully they will be able to distinguish the difference between the virtual world and the physical world. Hopefully.
And things at the touch of a button, which makes it so people don't have to wonder anymore. And since Gen Alpha is the most populated generation ever. Okay, hold up. Doing research for this vid, I just found out that there's 2 billion of Gen Alphas. Dear God. But hopefully that's at least gone by then. And who knows, maybe there's some grown Gen Alpha kids 10 or 20 years in the future that are watching this that made it a-okay. Gen
Facts.
Z isn't safe like I said, but I mean, I made it out perfectly fine and a bunch of other kids made it out perfectly fine, so hopefully those kids make it out fine. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually, and until next time, I'm out.
Fire video, man. Fire video. See, you see, chat, this was a good video that sparked a conversation, discussions, all of that. But yeah, bro, nah, this video was definitely fire for sure, bro. We should check out the other one too that talks about like the other generations.